Hey guys, this is an update to let you guys know what's going on. It has been at least 6 weeks since I updated you guys. I thought today is the day that I'll let you guys know what's going on. Nothing else was going on up until yesterday. Yesterday, I received a letter, can see it, from Family and Human Services. So they have received my application form for adoption. They sent me this letter just to let me know that they have received my application information form, and that they open an adoption file for me, and they also gave me the number of the file. But they say that there is currently a backlog of adoption work. S- Um, they have to wait, they say, several weeks until they call us for an interview. So this is basically step number two, where they will call you and sit down and talk to you to see where your head's at, if it's what you really, really want to do, adoption. So I am super duper excited, but at the same time, I'm thinking, oh my God, several weeks could mean, 10 weeks, 20 weeks, 50 weeks, 100 weeks. So who knows? But I'm sure it's not gonna be 4 weeks. So I'm sitting here and just waiting for them to call us for an interview. And at the same time, I'm thinking, oh my God, there are so many kids, so many babies in the world who are waiting, desperately waiting for parents, I dare to say, like us, who are willing and able to take care of them, to love them, to protect them. But with everything else that's going on in adoption agencies and departments, services, they make it so hard for you to adopt a baby. you know it's almost impossible to adopt a baby from, you know private or national or anything, because it takes so much time. You're ready, you're prepared, you have everything you need to welcome a baby in your house, but it takes so damn long. A baby can become 4 or 5 years old until they come to your house. I could go back home right now and have a choice of 10 babies to adopt, but the only problem is you cannot come in the country with the babies. So some days I sit here and feel like I would like to just move back home and adopt as many kids as I want to, without having any problem and paying a fortune just to bring those children to your home. But it is what it is. I have 2 kids. I have a husband here. Our lives, you know, everything is here. You cannot just pick up and leave or go back home. My kids, they go to school. My oldest is getting ready uh, um, to graduate in the next couple of years. I cannot just pick up and leave them here. So you feel so powerless. You feel like there's nothing you can do, whether you have money or not. You just have to sit and wait like everybody else. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and hopefully it won't take more than a year so we can adopt. So it's sad to say, I can call anyone in my family right now in Haiti where they can find at least two, three, four kids that the parents will be willing to let people adopt them to give them a better life. But you're sitting here, what can you do? You can go there and adopt them, and but to come in this country, you have to have all the paperwork, and they just make it so hard for everybody. So what's going on here? It's because they are why adoption is so difficult in Canada. It's because there are not so many kids available for adoption. There are so many families who would like to adopt, but there are not enough babies available for adoption. So that's why the waiting is so goddamn long. So the second step is done. So I'm just trying to keep it cool and hopefully I will hear from them soon. So that is my news for now about adoption. So I'm sitting here and trying to find, you know, more information about adoption, and I don't have anybody I know who adopted before. So you sit here, you go on the internet, you're trying to do a little bit of research, but it just not the same. And even at the department where we filed for adoption, you can't even talk to somebody. You call and they say, well, we'll contact you, and when we get there, we will to talk to you, because they will have some information session where they give you all kinds of information. But those are information that I would like to have right now. So the decision we have to make is whether we stay where we are with public adoption with the government, or we move forward with a private adoption where it costs more. A good friend of mine came to my house this morning, and she's having a hard time to let it go, just like me. She's another me. It's my best friend. She cannot stop talking about this, and we're sitting and talking about what other way do we have to bring another baby here. And it's just so difficult, trying to wrap your brain around this. It's so anyway, I cannot do anything except waiting. With adoption, everybody knows it takes a long time. Whether it's public or private, it takes a long time. So the problem is, if I want to move forward with private adoption, it costs a lot of money, and the wait is not as long, but it's still a wait of a year or a little bit more. But that's the thing, decision you have to make. Do we stay and wait? How long is the wait really is, because we cannot find anybody to tell us that, to tell us, oh, the wait here in the province where we are, it's 3 4 5 years. Then we would know that we just hire a lawyer, or we move on with private adoption, or do we stay? Because if I want to move on to private adoption, I want it to be like 6 months or a year the most. I don't want to pay $25,000 and then I have to wait just as long as the public adoption. So in that case, I would just rather wait and save that money for that child's education later. So it's a decision we have to make, and you cannot make it until you know. That's what I say all the time to myself. When you know better, you do better. But we don't know anything. We don't know how long the wait is until they call us. We have an interview, and even when you have the interview, until they call you back and tell you that you are eligible at that meeting, maybe they will give you a little bit of information, but I assume they will tell you, we'll have to go and go through all this and then find out if you are eligible or not. Until they tell you eligible, then there are questions they probably won't even be able to answer. So that's where I'm at. That's my dilemma. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will make a video soon today to talk about moi and my cycle and what's going on in this whole thing, how I'm doing. Thank you guys. Bye.